agree.
It's the Friday Sessions with Emma and Dom.
Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Friday Sessions, bi-weekly music feature from Cornerstone. My name is Dom. I'm one of your hosts for this evening, and I'm joined, as always, by my colleague Emma, who is up in the corner there. Now, just a quick note before we get going today. This episode is a slight departure from our usual programming, because today we are coming to you from the past. Ooh. Yes, so because I'm being very, very selfish, and I'm actually, as you're listening to this, I'm away in a field in Cannock, which has been very, very, very nice. So we've pre-recorded this episode of the Friday Sessions so that we can continue to bring some content to you whilst I'm away. It's a lovely, sweaty evening whilst we're recording. Emma, why don't you tell us what we've got going on today?
I thought you were going to say, Emma, tell me about sweatiness. I was like, no, thank you. So, thank you very much for tuning in, especially if this is starting a whole night of exciting music for you, because we're fully aware that the Meerkat music is tonight with Little Mix, which is slightly odd because I wasn't aware they were meerkats.
It must be the heels that help pull off the illusion, Emma.
My favourite song that they have done is Shout Out to My Eggs. Always nice for breakfast. Oh no, it was X, wasn't it? Anyway, enough silliness at the moment. And on with the show. So this evening, later on, we have an excellent set from Beard of Destiny, who has been on the show before and just makes me want to dance all day and all night. I'm a little bit worried he's the Pied Piper. Before that, we have Richard's classic album countdown, and I don't actually know who won the heavy metal themed vote last time, so I shall find that out. But who have we got on first, Dom?
So starting off this evening, we've got a young man by the name of Danny Mellon, who I've just popped on the screen above me there. He's a very talented musician, a bit of a rising star in and around Oxfordshire. He's performed at Cornerstone a couple of times, and also at our Beer and Music Festival when those are running. And yeah, he's brought us his new single called "Beaten Up Nikes," and he's actually through the magic of technology, he has even managed to get his band together. A group of good friends of his. So we've got James joining him on drums, Elliot on bass, and Hamish on guitar. And yeah, they've come together to give us a lovely little version of his latest song. So I do hope you enjoy it. Here is Danny Mellon with "Beaten Up Nikes."
Alright everyone, I'm Danny Mellon, and thanks for inviting us to be able to play for you today. Thanks to technology as well, we've been able to get the band virtually together, and we're going to do our new single for you. It's a song called "Beaten Up Nikes," and I hope you like it. 1, 2, 3, beating up Nikes, wasted on nights without you. Staying up until dawn, another night gone. Coming and dancing, a worthless romance into you. Just came through that door, never seen you before. We could still be living our lives, just wasting time. it all. No, they're so old and battered. No, they no longer matter. Sunday afternoon movies wrapped up in duvets with you. Sweet and salty popcorn and all your favourite rom-coms. We could still be living our lives, just wasting time on things we knew were never true. Never facing up to all those lies. Let that behind. All I wanna do is be with you. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. That's all we need to know. Whoa, oh, oh. That's all we need to know. That's all we need to know. You know that we actually turn out great. But you know, you see that the seasons change. You know, yes, you know. Don't give me the eye, just walk out the door. 'Cause we don't want crying, no, we don't want this anymore. Beating up night kids, wasted on nights without you. That's available to stream on all streaming platforms, so make sure to give it a listen. Thanks for listening, and yeah, stay safe.
And welcome back there, folks. Thank you, Danny. Great way to kick us off for this afternoon. Yeah, I think you will all agree with me. Very, very talented musician there in the young Danny Mellon, and he is definitely going places in the future. So keep an eye out. If you have a chance to grab a copy of his album or to see him at a gig, I do recommend you do so.
That's one of those things that we try and do at the Friday sessions. We try and get everybody before they're famous and before they're too rich and famous to remember us. So fingers crossed that he stays with us a little longer. We'd like more than one song, so let's see what we can get. Did you notice there, the cat in the video, she's called Myrtle, she got up about 3/4 of the way through to go and look for her dinner.
I think Myrtle is the invaluable fifth band member of the group there.
I often think, I mean, people, including you, Dom, have told me that I waffle on a bit much, and I often think that what I need is like a little cat that tells me to hurry up. So, Dom, the album, who won the album vote?
Yes, so moving on very quickly from that, not even going to address it. We've got coming up next, we've got Emma. I mean, you've brought the cat onto the camera now. You now have to name the cat live on air.
Well, I did think about Mustachio because obviously the tail develops a moustache, but I was thinking gin, favourite kind of biscuit, nice ribbon.
And it matches his colour as well, so I think that's a good name. There we go. Welcome everybody. Please welcome everybody. Ginge, the Friday Sessions cat. I'm sure that won't be the last you see of him. But anyway, yes, as I was saying, moving on to our next segment, we've got Richard, who is going to be talking about the classic album countdown. Now, this week's vote was very close. I mean, I must confess, I didn't expect it to be quite as close as it was, but it was. And just to keep the suspense up a little bit longer, I'm not going to tell you who won. I'm going to let Richard do that. Sort of moving on into that, here we go. It is Richard with the classic album countdown.
Thank Thanks, Dom and Emma, for another fantastic episode so far of the Friday Sessions. Right, tonight's winner of the vote for classic album, we're going all heavy metal. It's Iron Maiden, Book of Souls.
5.
Iron Maiden's Book of Souls, their 16th studio album and also their longest, at a double album at 92 minutes long. The album release was delayed due to vocalist Bruce Dickinson recovering from a tumorous cancer. But eventually got this album released in 2015, their 16th studio album.
4.
Now when Dom said to me, let's put this in for the vote as classic album, I had my reservations, I must admit. I thought, is it a classic or is it just one of Dom's faves? I mean, you wouldn't catch me trying to hoodwink a Paul Weller album into the classic album vote, would you? Anyway, that old mods and rockers rift won't carry on here, because I listened to it the full 92 minutes, and I'll tell you something, it is a classic album. And don't let me just be the judge of that, or Dom for that matter, because if you actually read the reviews, I'm going to put my glasses on for this, 9 out of 10 reviews all round when this came out, by the likes of Classic Rock and Kerrang, but also the Guardian newspaper, even they said 9 out of 10. One of their finest achievements. Other magazines said Iron Maiden's most comprehensive and confident work. An album of extraordinary vision. If those reviews don't tell you about this album, then what does? Give it a listen. Iron Maiden, Book of Souls. It's won me over. I'm a fan.
3.
After all these fantastic reviews, it's hard to believe that Iron Maiden have been around since 1975. The pioneers of the new wave heavy metal scene. We all know Bruce Dickinson, the singing pilot, but Stephen Harris, the bassist, an original member, has written most of their material and produced most of their albums throughout their career. He co-wrote the title track on here, Book of Souls, and Empire of the Clouds, their longest track to date, which was also a single for Record Store Day in 2016. It went on for 18 minutes.
2.
This was the first time since 1995 they used the Iron Maiden logo. Also on the cover they've got their mascot, Eddie, the famous mascot there. The imagery and the content of this album is all based around the Mayan civilization. Book of Souls. They believe that our souls carry on after death. So that is what this album is all about.
1.
Yannick Gers, the guitarist, co-wrote the title track with Steve Harris, Book of Souls. There were similarities with an earlier track many years earlier, Power Slave, which fans, critics alike had noticed. But to quote Steve Harris, he said, "You can't get bogged down with stuff like that, and really, why shouldn't we sound a bit like our old selves a bit? Or even our old souls?" Book of Souls, Iron Maiden. It's a fantastic album, and I generally mean that. I've even got my heavy metal t-shirt on tonight. Get it out. There's two of them. It's a double album. I'll get 2 out. So, no, I won't. I'll just get the 1 out. But there's one. Put it on the record player. Listen to it from beginning to end, and then side 3, and then side 4. Now back to Dom and Emma in the studios.
And welcome back there, folks. Thank you, Richard, for a really insightful look at the album Book of Souls there. Book of Souls, one of my favourite Iron Maiden albums by far, which is why I nominated it. But just before we go any further, I feel like I should just warn Richard, in case he's watching, there's something quite scary behind him. I'm not going to put too fine a point on it, but Richard, just keep an eye out for Des O'Connor. He's after you. But anyway, just to continue to talk about that album, just a little bit beyond what Richard said there. As he mentioned, the theme of the album is very much to do with the Mayan Book of Souls and how our souls continue after we die. And that's quite poignant in relation to a couple of the tracks on that album, particularly with the song Tears of a Clown. Not the Smokey Robinson version, for those of you who are wondering. That particular song was written in the aftermath of the death of Robin Williams 6 years ago. And so in a weird way, it's like that song is continuing on Robin Williams' soul. It's still progressing and still a thing in the world. But on a slight tangent, it's another little spooky coincidence with this show, Emma, because for those of you who are unaware, Robin Williams sadly passed away 6 years ago on the 11th of August. So 10 days of the show. We're getting a lot of these spooky coincidences, Emma.
I think it's just something weird and spooky about you, Dom, and that's one of the reasons that I choose to work with you, because nobody else would, let's face it. I think this show is starting to be about shoes, though, what with Book of Souls and beating up Nikes. It did remind me, though, of there was boy, I was going to say young man. In no way were we young ladies and young gentlemen. We were much younger than that. There was a boy at school who used to have a little thing for me, and he used to like Iron Maiden. But I didn't ever really sort of pursue it, because I always just had a suspicion that he just wanted a maiden who would do his ironing, really. So, yeah. I'm not going to say his name because he's my Facebook friend, but hopefully he won't remember or watch the show. No, we want everybody to watch the show. Moving on before the cat comes in. Oh, too late. We have our final act this evening. As I say, he makes me want to dance so much. He's so cool. There's just something about him that, I don't know, it's like he's the new Elvis, but hopefully less troubled. Yeah, he's really good musician, so you're really in for a treat. What I would say is, if you have any particularly young and innocent people, well, or older and innocent people in your audiences at home, you might want to send them away in the middle of the second song for a little while, just because there is a little bit of naughty language. So rather than me waffling and getting told off by Ginge again, let's just have a listen to the lovely Beard of Destiny.
Good evening, I'm the Beard of Destiny. I'm delighted to be doing some songs tonight for the Friday sessions at the Cornerstone Arts Centre in Didcot. This first song's called American Teeth.
To be made, all you had to do was raise the ghost that you laid, because you wanted those teeth, you wanted those teeth. Whoa, 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 those American teeth, yeah. teeth. Whoa, 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 I can't get no relief from your American teeth. American teeth. Whoa, 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 won't you give me no peace from your American teeth? American teeth. Whoa, 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 I can't get no release.
Thank you. Excuse me. Right. It is hay fever season. This next song is called Dead Planet.
We're coming to an end right now. I got to distract myself somehow. I got a gift voucher, wow, I'm gonna spend it. Spend my money like there's no tomorrow. Spend my money like there's no tomorrow. What we gonna leave for our kids to inherit? Just an IOU for one dead planet. All of our money, where we gonna spend it now? Is there shops on Mars? Is there shops on Mars? Is there shops on Mars? Knock, knock. We've come to have a look at what you got. We're gonna take the fucking lot, because we're interplanetary, not the boys. And this is our offer, one day only, one dead planet, one day only, one dead planet. If you'd like a funeral, we could help you plan it, but we're only here today, then we're gone tomorrow. Here today, then we're gone tomorrow. Here today, then we're gone tomorrow. Here today, we're gone tomorrow. Here today, then we're gone tomorrow. Is there shops on Mars? Is there shops on Mars? Is there shops on Mars?
Right you are then. That's that. And this is this. So this is my Halloween song. Because we all love a Halloween song, don't we? And this particular one is called The Ghost of Larry Grayson Perry. Thank you very much.
I conjured you up for Halloween. I had the funniest haircut that you've ever seen. I look like Grayson Perry, so that's who I became. Like him, I wanted more than just the same old same. Later at the party, people staring at me. Who are you? Who are you supposed to be? I don't know why I said it just the same. I'm Larry Grayson, that's my name. I'm singing, ooh, will you shut that door? I am the ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, asking for more. Singing, ooh, will you shut that door? I am the ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, and I'm asking for more. More than a picture in a magazine. You're so much more than just some joker on a TV screen. I don't know what was going on inside of your head, but you drag back something that was never really dead. Is it my imagination or do we want more? And I'm locking this place. Shut that door. I'm singing, ooh, will you shut that door? I am the ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, asking for more. Singing, ooh, will you shut that door? I am the ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, and I'm asking for more. I'm singing, ooh, will you shut that door? I am the ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, asking for more. Singing, ooh, will you shut that door? I am the ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, asking for more. Singing, ooh, will you shut that door? I'm the ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, asking for more. Singing, ooh, will you shut that door? I am the ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, and I'm asking for more. Come on then. Ooh, will you shut that door? I am the ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, asking for more. Singing, ooh, will you shut that door? I am the ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, asking for more. Ooh, will you shut that door? I am the ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, asking for more. Singing, ooh, will you shut that door? I am the ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, and I'm asking for more. Thank you very much, and good night.
And welcome back there, folks. And as you can see, I did indeed get the camera back on just in time to catch Emma at the end of her little dance there. Yeah, thank you, Beard of Destiny. Those were great 3 songs to listen to today. Particularly enjoyed the Ghost of Larry Grayson Perry, classic Halloween song right there. I'm really excited for Halloween, if it happens or not. But I think Beard of Destiny there was just an exercise in all the holidays that we've got to look forward to. Because did you notice he had those awesome fairy lights in the back? And I guarantee if you look hard enough in that room, you'll probably also find a chocolate egg as well, so you can get excited for Easter too.
Okay, but fairy lights are for all year round, as you and I both know, because I happen to know that we both have some in our own homes. So
yeah, mine are definitely set up out of laziness than anything else.
Have you left them up since Christmas?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wrapped them around the window pole, so it's a bit of a pain to get them off, so I've just kind of left them there.
Scandalous, absolutely scandalous. It's the standards I expect of you, scandalousness. Oh, well, mine are up just for prettification. Is that a word?
It is now.
And if anything, I'm going to put up more the longer the pandemic goes on. I did notice about Beard of Destiny set there, though, Dom, that did you set up his mic? Because it was really high, and when I've worked with you in the past, I am not 8 foot tall, but generally my mic is set at 8 foot tall, so I figured it can only be a Dom setup. Apparently not. So, if you are a budding musician yourself, or you just want to ask us about appearing on the show, don't worry, contacting us doesn't mean you're stapled into the schedule. You should get in touch with us, and please also take note, Richard of Classic Album Countdown section, who asked me what this address is yesterday. It is Cornerstone Open Mic at southoxon.gov.uk. We're very nice. It tends to be me or Dom that actually answer you. Yeah, you'll probably just get a silly joke back if you ask us something daft. We won't be nasty. We're very nice. Next show, just a little piece of information. You may have noticed that we have this lovely funky title music. It was written for us by a friend of the show, and that person has been writing more and more, and is hoping to play for us next show. So I'm really excited about that. They're not just playing the title music.
For 3 minutes over and over again.
And I think that that's then to look forward to, but I think we've nearly run out of time, haven't we, Dom?
We have, unfortunately, and that does very sadly bring us toward the end of tonight's Friday sessions. And hi, Myrtle again. Not Myrtle. Myrtle is the band's cat. That's Ginge. Oh, I'm getting my cats mixed up. Oh no, it's been a stressful day, folks. It's been a stressful day. But yes. Yeah, it has been another lovely episode of the Friday Sessions. Thanks to all those who have performed today. If you want to check out more by them, if you want to buy their albums or maybe check them out on social media, you can find all that stuff down below me in the box below us. And yeah, we're going to leave you once again with Richard, who's got 2 more albums for you to pick from for next time round. And yeah, and really until next time, from myself, from Emma, and from our newest cast member, Ginge the cat, have a lovely 2 weeks. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing. Stay safe and make sure you keep listening to music. Good night, everyone. Take care.
Thanks, Dom and Emma. Time to vote for the next classic album. Which one of these 2 would you like to win? We have Lou Reed Transformer, Carole King Tapestry. Vote now. See you soon.
1, 2, 3. It's the Friday Sessions with Emma and Dom.